Hello everyone. Civil services is one of the most sought after, one of the most toughest and one of the most prestigious government examination conducted by Union Public Service Commission, which is UPSC. Every year around 5 to 6 lakhs aspirants sit for this exam, but only few are able to make it to the list. There are different services allotted to the candidates according to their ranks in this examination. So the motive behind making this video is that many candidates do not know the exact pattern and format of this examination. They start the preparation without even knowing the full format and pattern, which is where they lack. So in today's video, we are going to learn about the full-fledged format and pattern of this examination so that we do not face any difficulty while preparing. So let's begin. So this examination is conducted in 3 parts: preliminary exam or prelims, mains exam, and last and the third one, personality test, which is commonly called as interview. So let's talk about prelims first. So prelims has 2 papers, GS1 and GS2, which is also called as CSAT paper. Now each paper will carry 200 marks. And time allotted will be 2 hours each. The questions which will come in the preliminary exam will be objective in nature, which is multiple choice questions. Let us talk about GS paper 1 first. So under GS paper 1, you can get questions related to Indian history and history of national movements. You will not get questions related to world history in preliminary round. You will have to study world history for mains. Now, you will also get questions related to Indian and world geography, followed by Indian polity and constitution, followed by economic and social development. Ecology and environment questions will also be there. General science questions will also be there. And the most events of national and international importance, that is current affairs. Now let's talk about CSAT paper, which is also called as GS paper 2 of preliminary exam. Under CSAT paper, you will be given questions based on your 10th level English and maths. You will get basic questions on reasoning, mental ability, problem solving, analytical ability, comprehension and basic numeracy up to class 10th. Now one thing to be noticed here is that CSAT paper will be of qualifying nature. That is, you do not have to get full marks, you just will need 66 out of 200. This paper will be of 200 marks and you will just have to get 66 out of 200. That is 33% marks, 33% you will have to secure so that you are eligible to sit for your mains examination. Now after you qualify this paper, you are eligible to sit for the mains examination. After prelims, now let us discuss the format of mains examination. Now mains examination is the exam which will decide your rank. The better you perform, the better are the chances that you get a good and decent rank. So mains examination in total has 9 papers to give. Now understand the bifurcation smoothly and properly. Since I told initially that mains will have 9 papers in total, so the first 2 papers, that is paper A and paper B, these 2 papers will not be included while determining the rank of the candidate. So in paper 1, you will be facing or you will be answering any one language out of all the languages included in the 8th schedule of constitution. So people basically choose Hindi and this will be of 300 marks. And the paper B will test your basic English. You will be given composition, comprehension, so basic English. This will also be of 300 marks. So these 2 papers will not be included while determining the rank and they will be qualifying in nature. You will just have to get the qualifying marks. After paper A and paper B, you will have 7 papers in total. which will actually determine the candidate's rank. So you will have to, work hard in all these 7 papers, because these are the papers which will determine your rank and your marks. So let us understand all the 7 papers now. So first paper will be essay paper. Now this will be of 250 marks, and you will be required to write an essay on any specific topic. Options will be given, so you will not have to face any difficulty, and you will be required to write a very good and presentable essay. After your paper 1, you will have your paper 2, which is also called as GS paper 1. In this paper, you will have to face questions related to Indian art and culture, Indian heritage, Indian history, Indian national movement, and Indian and world geography. After paper 2, you will have your paper 3/GS paper 2. Under this paper, you will have to face questions related to Indian polity, Indian constitution, governance, social justice, and international relations. Followed by paper 3, you will have paper 4/GS paper 3. Under this paper, you will get questions related to Indian economy, security, disaster, environment, ecology, and so on. This paper 2 will have 250 marks. Followed by paper 4, you will have your paper 5th, which is also called as GS paper 4. Under this paper, you will get questions related to ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Under this paper, you will be required to do a lot of case studies. Followed by paper 5th, you will have your paper 6th and paper 7th. Now these 2 papers will be your optional paper. Now do not confuse that you will have to opt for 2 optionals. 2 different optionals. This is not the case anymore. You will have to take only 1 optional, but you will have 2 papers of your optional subject, and each of 250 marks. Now when it comes to choosing optional paper, candidates have varied choices. There are around 26 optional papers, out of which candidates have to choose any one of their own choice. I have made a list of all the optional papers, which are there in the UPSC exam. You can go to the link in the description and download the PDF if you want the list of those optional papers. So now you know that your mains examination is a total of 1750 marks, leaving English and Hindi paper out of the counting because they are of qualifying nature. And mind you, until you qualify paper A and paper B, examiner is not going to check your other papers. Now having done with mains paper, let us now move to the last and the final stage in this big examination, which is personality test. As many people say it as interview, but more formally it will be said as personality test. In the personality test or interview, you will be facing eminent panel of judges who will ask questions and who will check your mental ability, your thought process, your analytical ability, your ability of problem solving, decision making. So they will basically check whether you are able to be a good bureaucrat or a good civil servant. Basically, they will check whether you have a mind of a good diplomat or not. Now, when you go for your personality test, you will have to keep one thing in mind. DAF, Detailed Application Form. Now, this will be your key. So, when you fill your DAF, be wise, sensible and honest, because the panel of judges taking your interview will be smart enough to, pick out the falsity in your form. So don't try to be something you are not. So be transparent, be wise and fill what you feel like. So this was the elaborate and structured pattern of civil services examination. Hope your doubts are clear now. And yeah, if you liked the video, please consider liking it, sharing it and subscribing to my channel. Until then, be safe, do well and thank you.